Thank you, Mr. White. And now we're going to hear from the Canadian Chamber of Commerce.
Budget 2023 presented the government with an opportunity to enable and sustain the conditions necessary to grow our economy and raise future generations' standard of living. Some elements are laudable. Taken as a whole, however, we see Budget 2023's lack of a decisive strategy to attract the investment required for a strong, sustainable economic future for Canada as a missed opportunity that would ensure our competitive advantage in perpetuity. Indeed, the disruptions caused by the pandemic continue to reverberate through the economy. According to Statistics Canada, Canadian real GDP in the fourth quarter of 2022 was 6.5% less than the pre-COVID trend would have predicted. That is more than $180 billion per year in lost output. If that lost output were its own industry, it would be Canada's third largest contributor to GDP, behind real estate and manufacturing. Additionally, our international competitors continue to outpace us as Canada experiences low growth and weak labor productivity. It was Budget 2022 which first noted that labor productivity growth in Canada has slowed from about 2.7% in the 1960s and 70s to less than 1% today. Correcting this trend requires government to create a strategy that eliminates the disincentives that drive away investment while focusing on pro-business policies for the benefit of all Canadians. However, strategy without execution is pointless, and there are many obstacles for Canadian businesses to overcome. We cannot hope to attract private sector investment without pragmatic, predictable policies. Start with our inadequate trade-enabling infrastructure. The status quo impedes our ability to get goods like critical minerals and agricultural products from where they're produced to the ports of export and beyond. We need several measures, such as twinning rail capacity, increasing industrial lands around airports and ports, and investing in warehousing and bridge capacity. As with much of the Canadian economy, we need to move faster and to evaluate and improve projects. Indeed, the way we regulate major projects is badly broken. Said projects for developing and exporting energy and critical minerals take so long and are burdened with so much unpredictability and uncertainty that they die not from government decisions, but from its inability to make and implement them. Additionally, our convoluted tax code continues to drag on our economic competitiveness. Most recently, the introduction of several sector-specific taxes introduces unwelcome volatility and unpredictability to the Canadian business climate. In BIA 1, we are particularly concerned about the proposition of yet another such tax, the proposal to alter the GST and HST definition of a financial service in the Excise Tax Act to exclude payment card network operator services. First, as with the digital services tax, we oppose the retroactive nature of this proposal, which would allow the CRA to assess taxpayers as far back as 1991. Canadian businesses cannot plan and invest for the future with the ever-looming possibility of retroactive taxation. Additionally, this new tax will decrease Canadian competitiveness while increasing the costs of doing business in Canada. In general, other jurisdictions exempt their payment card network operators from similar taxes. In defining this best practice, the government would be placing Canada's financial services sector at a competitive disadvantage relative to its international peers. Further, increasing the cost of card acceptance would force businesses to weigh shouldering a new fee or passing it along to consumers, a difficult proposition as the cost of living remains high for many. Finally, with over 800,000 job vacancies in Canada, we had also hoped to see the budget focus more sharply on the skills and talent our workforce will need now and into the future. Measures such as enhancing the Express Entry program, improving interprovincial and foreign credential recognition practices, and reducing seniors' disincentives to work would cost little while helping businesses address a core challenge. If these exhortations for progress on regulation, taxation, and skills sound familiar, it is perhaps because they were singled out as impediments to growth in the Advisory Council on Economic Growth's final report in 2017. We had hoped to see more progress between then and now. It is regrettable that Budget 2023 did not contain several of these low or no-cost growth measures, yet Canadian business remains eager to partner with government to create a strategy that will meet the moment. Given the headwinds we faced, that is needed more than ever. Thank you.